Hi there, welcome to my channel on YouTube here. Today we're going to be checking out what's in my bag. Camera bag, that is, baby. Alright, let's get into it. And what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. How we doing today? Anyway, check this out. Here's what's in my bag this time around. If you're just joining me, please subscribe to my channel, comment and or like. Please subscribe. Today we're going to be utilizing new technology, camera style, with older style vintage lenses. Boom. I'm sure you've seen 1,000 of these online and on videos, but bear with me here. This is what's in my bag today. Please stick around and join me. Tell me what you think. Today what we're going to be doing is I have a Canon Rebel old style lens. This one here is going to be the old one that you always hear about over the years. The trusty, reliable, go-to lens, prime lens if you will, formerly known as the Canon Nifty 50. I picked this one up online for fairly cheap, which is great. Definitely saves my bank a little bit. Once again, what you do is you'll go online and you'll find yourself an adapter to fit accordingly to your application, which is going to be, in my case, the Canon Rebel EOS T6. So what you'll do is you find your correct adapter. Boom. There you go. I mean, this thing is just straight up, straight out of the bag. Slap it on. Boom, you're ready to go. Boom, you're ready to go. Totally ready to go. Smile. Boom. Easy peasy, just like that. Now, your second lens that I have to show you tonight is going to be a lens that I've been using quite a bit lately since I've gotten it. I mean, this thing is just, I don't know what it is. It's similar to the Nifty 50. It's the same same size in height, give or take. I mean, this thing is just ridiculously fun, easy to use, and I could not pass it up just because it's got a nice wide angle of view compared to the Nifty 50, which is more direct. It is going to be the Konica Hexar 28mm AR f3.5. I picked this one up online. Again, I love online shopping. Don't get me wrong, can't beat the prices. I mean, it's just, you can't. I mean, if you can find stuff that's got great glass, clean, no specks of dust, dirt, smudges that are scratches, or just complete brutal over the last 40 some years that these things have been around. I mean, seriously, you can't go wrong going online and getting these things. Check your local marketplaces off Facebook or something like that. I mean, everything is just butter smooth. I mean, come on. Why not, right? So, anyway, this bad boy right here is the 28mm Konica AR mounted lens. I got my accordingly mounted adapter. You get your red dots lined up. Easy pie. Boom. I mean, look at this. This thing is just ridiculous. I mean, you can do photo shoots with this. You can do portraits. You can do street photography with this particular lens, and it's just phenomenal. Again, like I say, if you do street photography, definitely use your secondary amount of power. Get your power sled like this, which could double up your battery. You'll thank me. It hasn't failed me yet. So, good thing to have on hand. Boom. Bam. You're totally good to go. Straight on landscape, or you can do portrait straight on like this with your secondary shutter button right here. What you'll do on that is you'll, on the flip side here, you'll switch that little switch over, and then you can keep it like this and do your portrait modes. And if you want to do back to landscape mode, you can switch that switch off on the back, go back to normal the way you were before, and just start hitting it, bam, boom, just like that. So I mean, again, this 28mm Hexar Konica, nice piece of glass, folks. I mean, seriously, for the price, don't pass it up. Trust me, this is a very good lens. It's a lot of fun. Next up, what I have done with that Konica that I mentioned that I did is I picked up this little adapter beauty right here. Little hexagon mount for putting in different plate filters of sorts. You can do amber, you can do whatever you want. I tend to put it sideways like so. Get her lined up the way you want it. And then once you get that lined up, then you can utilize your Koken lens filters such as these, the plates, the rings with the gear lines. Of course, you just take your little filtration plates like this here. I found these on the second hand. I bought these pretty cheap, actually, as a bundle deal. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but they were very cheap, which is nice. For me anyway, because I go on a budget, which is great. You slide your plate graduation filter in here, like so. Boom, you're good to go. I utilized a lot of these lately. I've been trying to get them in play with my photography that I do. Do a lot of landscapes, like a lot of landscape shots, wildlife, if I can find it around. I live in kind of an urban city, I guess you could say. I have to kind of go out of town more into the country, I guess you could say, setting to find more wildlife, whatever. But depending on where you're at, you're pretty much good to go with this right here perfectly. Second lens that I got to share with you guys today is going to be one that I have been using a lot of. Just a good all-around lens for me anyways. This one here is the Tamron 28 to 105mm zoom lens. I went online and I bought a adapter plate ring for my setup that I've been utilizing this with. Pretty easy to set up. Once again, get that ring on there, boom, for your particular setup that you're using. I mean, this looks just great. I mean, look at this. This is just crazy good. I mean, look at this. This is just great. I love it. You got your focus ring here. Zoom. And then right back here, the only downside that I tend to have with these thin adapters like this metal plate here, is the adjusting of the aperture blades right up in that neck is so tough to get to sometimes. I don't understand why. But once you do get it in there, I mean, come on. Once you get familiarized with using this a lot, it'll be very easy to work with. But like I say, get a little thicker adapter to where you can mount your lens to your camera. Give it a little bit of a depth, of more of a gap, I guess you could say, so you can reach this a little bit easier. Me, I got kind of narrower fingers, so it's okay. Once it's on a tripod, I can adjust accordingly. But if it's a handheld type of shot, I mean, you're going to be kind of going, oh my gosh, this is like too tight. This is crazy. Why am I trying to do this? But again, get a thicker mounted adapter. I made the mistake of doing that, but again, this is a great adapter. Just go a little bit thicker if it would be me using something like this to this. Now next up, you have to show you is I have one that I've been using a few times from time to time um, for making good zoom lens. As far as picking up, I've been hearing about a lot of light painting, the famous painting of the brake lights on vehicles on a road. Um, this lens here, I surprised myself I was able to accomplish that particular image with the light patterns of the brake lights coming across the freeway, the headlights coming at you in a nice stream of color. This thing is perfect for that. This is a 100 to 200 millimeter 4 excuse me, 2.5 all the way up to 3. This thing here is pretty darn old. I can't remember the placement of the date. I'd say to about mid to early 80s vintage lens. Again, I put on a adapter. This one here came with is a Vivitar teleconverter I put on here, which is great. Or you can just go straight out a full frame lens, as you can see here. Which it's kind of interesting using a crop sensor camera such as this. But if you put this on a, say, a Sony mirrorless camera, I would imagine, I've never done it before, but I would imagine a lens like this, if you can get the correct adapter to put on a full frame lens like this one here, I bet you can do some seriously great shots with this. I mean, this lens in itself with a crop sensor camera, to be honest with you, this thing is just, I'm blown away with just the way this works, you know. It just does what it does. It's amazing. Anyway, so once you get that teleconverter on here, if you wish, gives you that extra reach, which is nice. Again, people, let's line up the red dots here. Woo! Where's my red dots? This one's kind of worn in, so it's kind of hard to see. But once you get her in there, you can get that red dot. Oh, there she is right there. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Nice and clean. Nice and tight. But once you get this thing on your camera, on a crop sensor, as is that I have now, I haven't had no problems whatsoever. I mean, that thing's crisp, it's clean, it's functional, great zoom. It's a slide zoom. Boy, I can't talk today. So again, that lens is great. Great zoom lens. Not too heavy, not too massive. It's a good all around, oh, I don't know, pound and a half, maybe. Anyway, this one here. Next up is going to be the Sigma 80 millimeter to 200 millimeter super zoom lens with the sun glare collar, which is nice, smooth. I mean, vintage lenses, if you come across them and you've got clean, crisp glass in it, and then all of a sudden you check the aperture ring on that lens and you hear this beautiful sound, I mean, come on, look at this. This is just, I mean, that's just so satisfying, that sound. I mean, come on. What more can a guy want when it comes to a beautiful lens like this? And this old, I mean, come on, this thing's like 40-some years old, folks. So, sorry, just getting excited. I mean, come on, these things are ridiculous. If they got a lot of life left in them and the glass is clean, if the outside is a little bobbled up, which this one's a little bobbled up, as you can see here from the outer edge, like maybe a good bang or a drop, possibly. But, I mean, no joke. The glass on this thing is just ridiculously perfect still, after this many years. If you can get past a lens that has no dust, no mildew or anything like that in the layers of the glass, and that thing has no scratches on the main lens, don't hesitate. If you feel comfortable wanting to pay for one about that price, at whatever it is, if it's decently priced, on the get-go, gut feeling, if you think it's like, say, $30 for this thing, why not? If it's like $175 or $200, you guys are ripping you off. But anyway, no, seriously, if you can drop underneath $100 on lenses like this and like this, and even the old school Tamron, the Nifty 50, Nifty 50, and the 28, if you can drop anything under $100 for any one of these lenses, go for it. They will not fail you, I promise. Very universal lenses. They have a lot of versatility left in them, a lot of love, a lot of life left in them. I might as well finish off giving them some more love. I mean, these things are made to last. I'm not kidding. So again, with that, I do want to move on to show you my biggest one I have in my arsenal as far as camera lenses go that I've been packing around quite a bit lately. This one's going to be a little comical because most people would see this and they'd be thinking, oh my god, what, are you serious? This thing's not going to take decent pictures. It's going to turn out terrible. Especially as far as a zoom lens is concerned. This one here, I picked this one up as kind of a gimmick, but I was kind of thinking, you know, why not? I mean, it's not that much. I picked it up for maybe a little over $100. Can't really think of any reason to go, well, you live once, right? You know, why not? Okay, so I came across this. This right here, folks, is a 500 millimeter zoom lens. I know, bear with me, I didn't stutter. It's a 500 millimeter zoom lens, and with this lens, it also came with a teleconverter, which is this little tubey right here. This tube right here is a 2-time teleconverter, which once you mount it onto your lens here, in finalizing the completion of putting this lens together with the teleconverter, you get a T-mount ring, put that on like so, teleconverter, T-ring, your 500 millimeter. Now with the teleconverter, it turns this 500 into 1,000 millimeter lens. I mean, seriously, 1,000 millimeter lens for $100. Sounds crazy, right? So did I. I thought this was just, no way, not gonna happen. So, in the placement of buying this, I figured, okay, why not? You live once. I'm not kidding. This thing for $100, you can't go wrong. This is not that bad. I mean, yeah, if you want to be crazy enough to drop almost $1,400 on a lens that could reach pretty close to the same distance as this thing here, go right ahead. By all means, that's your decision. But I will tell you this, for $100, this will make you pretty happy. Just for the sheer fact of using this big monstrosity looking lens. I mean, this thing is just crazy. But it is very fun to use, very easy to use. You got your aperture rings here. Right there. Then your zoom lens comes here. And again, there's your 500 max distance. And with that teleconverter on here, makes it to 1,000 millimeter equivalent. And I'll tell you what, this thing's just crazy. It's just funny looking. I mean, it's crazy. So, and again, that's my equipment that I've been using lately. Pretty much there. We'll close this off here. So always make sure you got your dust cover cap onto your camera when you're packing. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of headache getting dirt in your lens and your sensors. Do not ruin your sensors, folks. Bad juju. And anyway, so on a side note, once you're out and about and you're doing a lot of landscape photography, wildlife photography, anything that has to do with photography closer towards your winter months, if you're in the area where it's cold, I will tell you this. Pick up yourself some of these guys. I mean, these will keep you warm. I made the mistake of going out and doing a few shots this afternoon, and I did not have any of those with me. Boy, I felt so bad on that one. My fingers were so sore from being so cold. Trust me, these things are cheap. They're $1.50, give or take. Pick them up. They'll save you. Anyway, folks, that's what's in my bag today. And that's what's been hanging with me in my bag the last few days and the last few times I've been out doing photo shoots. And so, yeah, I'm glad you stuck with me in this video. Please like and or comment, and please subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Should be coming up here pretty soon. I'll try to keep a good schedule on everything. I do apologize. I don't keep a firm schedule on my videos. I do have a day job, per se, but stick with me, and stay tuned for my next video. Please like and comment and or subscribe. See you next time on my next video.